In the village of Bethany, death had cast its shadow over a beloved friend Lazarus. And yet in the face of the finality of the grave, Jesus would demonstrate his authority over death itself. The story of Lazarus' resurrection serves as a powerful testimony to the transformative power of Christ's love and the promise of life beyond the tomb. And you see with Lazarus, along with his sisters Mary and Martha, they shared a profound friendship with Jesus as illness swept over Lazarus. His sisters sent a message to Jesus, a plea for help that held within it an unspoken prayer for a miraculous healing. And yet Jesus' response was enigmatic. He delayed his arrival, allowing Lazarus' illness to progress. And upon arrival in Bethany, Jesus encountered a community draped in mourning. Martha and Mary, devastated by their brother's death, expressed their grief and their faith in the resurrection to come. And it was amidst the backdrop of this sorrow that Jesus' compassion shone through. So now, gazing upon Lazarus' tomb, he wept, not for Lazarus, but for the pain of those who mourned. And with a command that defied the boundaries of death, Jesus called Lazarus forth from the tomb. And in a scene that held the breath of eternity and the lifeless body that stirred, and Lazarus emerged, bound hands and feet, and still adorned in burial wrappings, it was a declaration of Jesus' authority over death and a testimony of the power that could raise lifeless to life once more. So in a world where death often casts a pall of despair, the story of Lazarus' resurrection shines as a beacon of hope. It reminds us that Jesus, the resurrection and the life, can bring life out of death, hope out of despair, and light out of darkness. Just as the transformed the tomb of Lazarus into a scene of resurrection, it can transform our lives, infusing them with newness and hope. So moreover, this narrative challenges our perception of time and destiny. Jesus' delay in arriving was not a denial of Lazarus' healing. Rather, it was a demonstration of his divine sovereignty over time itself. And it invites us to trust in God's timing, even when the circumstances seem dire, knowing that his plans are beyond our understandings. So the story of Lazarus, the resurrection, it speaks across time as a narrative of hope, renewal, and the promise of life beyond the tomb. It beckons us to look beyond the confines of mortality, to recognize that the same power that raised Lazarus from the dead to life is the power that sustains us through our own journeys. And just as Jesus called Lazarus forth from the tomb, so does he call us from the shadows of despair, offering us an assurance of eternal life in his presence.